Welcome to the Crazy Christmas Squares Cowl. This is the introductory video where I'll go through what you can expect from the project. We'll take a look at the squares you'll be making and I'll give you some general hints and tips for creating the perfect project. And if you haven't already, do check out my video on how to do centre out overlay mosaic crochet. I'll leave a link in the description. The cowl includes 9 centre out squares depicting various Christmas related themes. Every pattern is an individual document containing both stitch sequences and chart. You will need to refer to the accompanying documents, the centre out overlay mosaic crochet techniques and special stitches that come with the pattern. These give you details on how to make and place stitches. The stitch sequences include step-by-step photos so you can see what you're aiming for. The cowl takes place over 6 weeks, with week 1 being the introduction and week 6 covering the final square and ideas on joining and making a border. In my examples, I used a DK weight yarn and my squares came out around 10 inches. If you use something like a worsted weight or an Aran, they're going to be more like 12.5 inches. I have some yarn usage estimates in the pattern, but make a practice square until you're happy with the look. Note down your hook and the amount of yarn you have used, then you can scale this up for a larger project. I have found that overlay mosaic crochet worked centre out does have a different texture to the usual row by row method. It seems more open. I therefore recommend dropping down a hook size to keep the stitches more even and close. If I take a yarn I used in my samples and look at the yarn band, it suggests a 4mm hook. I dropped down to a 3.5. Check out your own yarn and have a practice to see what effect you prefer. I know using stitch markers can be a pain, but with centre out overlay mosaic crochet it can be a time saver. Those corner stitches can be difficult to locate. I suggest using stitch markers in the corner chains for at least 2 rounds and at least the first corner until you get used to how those corner chains look. Even if you don't want to use the chart, use it as a reference so you know where you are in the design. If you want more help or support, you could join the CraftPixie Crochet Club on Facebook, where there'll be lots of other makers there to help you. Contact information is also included in the pattern. And last but not least, a huge thank you to my wonderful testers. They're an absolute godsend and have worked really hard with me to develop this pattern and instructions. I look forward to seeing all your wonderful projects.